Well, good morning. My name's Roger. I'm in the UK. I was born in Uganda originally, and I'm going to talk about my drum kit today. And today is the 11th of September. So that is 9/11. If you do it our way, 9/11/23, September 11th. So I'm going to talk about my drum kit very quickly. There we are, I've talked about it. That's an Avidus, that's a Dream, that's a Pasty. These are from Wohan. So these guys are from the Pasty and Wohan. So there's a mixture. So here we have the very first time I can reveal my kind of history with Fairlight, which started in 1982 to 83. And I always wanted one. There was a book that literally jumped out of Waterstone's bookshelf called The Musician and the Micro by Ray Hammond, who lived in Bath. And I was at Bath University, Bath College Higher Education. And it just literally jumped out at me. And it had a picture on the Fairlight. It looked extraordinary. It was a musical instrument, obviously it had a keyboard. But it also had an alphanumeric kind of computer keypad. Then it confusingly had a visual display unit, like a computer monitor that was green and black, very weird. And then it had a light pen, so you can actually put your pen on your screen and tell the computer, well, that's what, yeah, and there was a lightning coming down from it was a Fairlight Series II. So I bought the book, and I was reading it avidly, and I suddenly it dawned on me that this was going to be the future of music, because computers were going to eventually get cheap enough and the memory fast enough and big enough that you could do all sorts of things with them, like run satellites. You've got somebody to the moon already on a small computer in 69. So there it was. And it became my quest to meet everybody mentioned in the book. There was a chapter on Hans Zimmer. I met him. There was a chapter on Peter Gabriel. I met him and managed to get a job after I graduated in 84. I was 20 years old when I graduated. I was a bit precocious, I suppose one could say. So I knocked on the door up at Psychosystems, and Michael Kelly was the managing director there. And he took a shining to me and he gave me a job. I had a music degree. I'd already written pieces of music for TV, film, radio jingles, concert music. All of it was pretty not very good. And then I taught myself. I went down to Goldsmiths College because they had a Series II Fairlight, an 8-bit, 8-voice, 16 kilobytes of memory per voice, give you a very short period of time. At 14 kilobytes sampling, under a second. And these are the discs that I used for that very first time, some of them. And then I ended up at Psychosystems, where I took over from Phil Nicholas, because I've actually got his discs here somewhere. I've got the original demo disc from Phil Nicholas, used to demonstrate the Fairlight, and then Kendall Wrightson. And Kendall got very involved in the emulator too, which obviously, because it was portable, the Fairlight was 45 kilograms, just the CPU, and everything else weighed quite a lot and it was fragile. Here are some bits from the inside, rather significant bits, because you can see here on the right, there's a sample card. And it's got my name on it. So that's one of the very first ever 16-bit stereo sample cards. And in mono, it could sample up to 100 kilohertz. In stereo, 50 kilohertz in 1985. There's memory. Lots of it. That's about £4,500 per each of these modules, these PCBs. So eventually, there's a system disk. That's my system disk. And I think above it, there we are. Above it, I have a copy of Kate Bush's system disk, because I kept all the spares for everybody. So we sold 54 of the Series III Fairlights. They were £69,000. And we had 54 very interesting people, like James Horner. He was lovely. Steve Levine, Trevor Horn. he was lovely, and he asked JJ to do his stuff. They were just really, really lovely people. Jonah Louie, Robin Scott, Peter Henderson, who got a Grammy when he was 21 for doing Supertramp. They were just super talented people, and they were all a bit, if I could say, they were just a little bit bonkers. And I'm a little bit bonkers, but I had a classical music degree, which kind of helped because not many of them did. And also, I've been using at college for for about 2 years. I've been using a system called an Alpha Centauri. And I use my father's BBC or Sinclair computer at home to write little programs like how to create a serial note row from just one line of 12 digits, 12 letters, 12 notes, and then it would just spew it out the other end as a 144 square matrix. So it helped me in my third year when I was 16 or 17, to do my homework because it was useful. Because I couldn't understand Schoenberg, but we had to study him post 1923 when he came up with the whole thing of every note being equal. Some people say it's like communism applied to music, which is quite funny. So there, for the very first time ever, I've managed to do this. You've got all my Fairlight backup discs from Series 2 and Series 3, and then the mystery things at the bottom here. These are digital audio tapes. Each one is about an hour. Some of them are 40, some of them are 94. And that's about 200 hours of music that I've composed, produced, arranged, played on, got orchestras to play on, and all of that music there has been broadcast on the BBC or the National Geographic or Channel 4, ITV, Granada, National Geographic, NBC, New York, WNET 13, that was the Late Show, 999 was quite a well-known BBC public service program with Michael Burke. All the demos are here. I don't know, we zoom in. There's a drama series called Bugs. And there was a drama series written by Russell T. Davis called The Grand, which starred Tim Healy, who's the father of the 1975's lead singer, Matty, who's very sweet and was just literally down the road. Down there, about 3 minutes walk, is Peter Gabriel's Real World Studios, where it all started for me. Because if it hadn't been for Peter Gabriel and Tears for Fears, that's Peter's old Fairlight Series III keyboard, which unfortunately doesn't work, but I bought a spare with help from Mike Large, who's the Director of Operations at Real World Holdings. He very kindly gave me some money at cost to buy up a spare, so that I managed to fix about 18 months ago, managed to fix up Peter Gabriel's Fairlight Series III, because it hadn't worked for about 6 years, and took me about 3 months, but I got it working with help from Peter J. Wilk, Tim Curtis, Chris Blythe. Lots of people helped me. Just, we can do it now remotely. So that's that's the first time I've ever done it. And here's a quick view of my two Fairlights. I have two Series 3s, which are both 7 point. I've got a lovely new piano. And here, under here, in a nice temperate room, I reveal. There we go. Well, the one on the bottom is serial number 104. It's currently just needing to a bit of TLC. And this one is number 069, which is my one, which I used on the new album by Squid. And I used a bit, I've used this machine, I think every single day, this machine here, every single day since November 85 up to September 2003, every single day, because I never used to go on holiday. I was ever so boring. I still am pretty boring. So those are two Fairlight Series 3s. And they're just having a rest at the moment. This is the rest of my studio. And they all integrate through. They've got their own mixer there. Don't know if you can see that. Lovely little analog mixer. Got some old modules there. Good old MIDI JB1080. Got what's it called? It's a Kronos, and then I'm running Cubase 10, and I run Nuendo and Audacity and Melodyne here. This one, desktop, and then here I've got a lovely little piano which used to belong to Peter Gabriel. It's got real strings. It's a CP70. So the real strings. There we are. And then got one of these little roundy things as well. So there we are. And I've got a few photographs of people that were special. This is Michael Kelly, now an actor called Michael Culkin. He was one who first employed me at Psychosystems when I was just 21, I think. Thank you, Michael. And then I've got another mentor here. His name is Hans Zimmer. He's always looking over me. This is a photo I took of him. I think it's in Earl's Court when the MFX was launched. And then the other person who helped me enormously. Oh, there's the original boot disc in that frame for the Fairlight Series III. That's November 85. And then there's a picture of Peter Gabriel, who used to own the company Psychosystems, which is now actually owned by Jonathan Cole, who used to be the managing director. And that's a Fairlight Series III, all very nice and jolly, which was given to me. That was a nice picture given to me by Fairlight Los Angeles, because I ran the international user group meeting. And I've got a few more other things. And here's my son. This is Richard. And he's in Uganda, because I was born in Uganda. And just a thought here. This is Marrakesh. Just thoughts and prayers for those people. And obviously thoughts and prayers for our friends in Ukraine. Thank you for watching this. God bless you all. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Let's keep the peace. Thanks very much. Bye.